All right, we welcome you back on the Eagle Sports Network with Dave Franklin. I'm Adam Cavalier. Dave, congratulations. What a 5-set heart stopper. And your Eagles get the job done over the Anderson Trojans. Battle back from a 2-1 deficit. What did it take to get the job done against AU?
Heart. You know, it was 17-7, 19-10, 11, 12. I don't know. Players win. Give those kids credit. That's heart. That's guts. That's just battle, and see if something goes your way. To win a match like that, it's got to click for you. Things got to go your way. You got to keep playing. You need some help. They gave us some help in that fourth set. We kind of got them forced. They hadn't made many errors. They made them late in the fourth, which helped us. And then we're on our home court. You're on your home court. It's I'll be honest, I feel bad for Anderson a little bit. You know, it's a conference tournament. You've worked your tail off. You're in an environment in somebody else's court. You know, it's a home match for us, even though it's a neutral site. You know, it's a situation everybody's in. It happens, and so we took advantage of it. Just super proud of these kids. You know, you can't train them heart and grit and just to keep playing. You ask it of them, and you push them all year long, and they just keep grinding, and they get rewarded for it. And as a coach, you can't be happier for them. I've challenged this bunch the whole year, probably wrongly sometimes and not in the correct way sometimes. And I'm just a lucky coach that has players that are willing to grind through and be committed to each other. They built a culture starting in the spring, and we were learning to live it, and I'm learning to apply it and how I got to stay with it. And they just keep working with you. We had a practice a few months ago where, I'll be honest, the players and the coaches were at each other's throat. We were at them, they were at us. And our leadership team sat down and said, we got to get on the same page. I don't know what that – and we did. It's proud moment for sure.
You're going up against one of the top defensive teams in the country in Anderson. In the fifth set, you hit 529 to polish off the match. You talk about heart, but what enabled you in that fifth and decisive set to to revisit something I think you and I talked about a long time ago earlier this year. I think you had 2 5-set wins in your first year here. This was a no-doubt effort in the fifth set. How did that happen? Why did that happen against such a good defensive team?
Persistence. One of our core values, persistence. And these girls just persist. You're going to talk to Marnie Streeter here in a little bit. I don't ride any player on our team harder than I ride that kid. The kid wants to be amazing. The kid wants to take on that role, and I just keep challenging her, and she just keeps rising. And the other kids did too. Megan Oldenburger tonight, God, I love that freshman. That kid couldn't find a kill in the first 4 sets. She just kept hitting the block, ball going. I don't know how many she had in the fourth or the fifth set, but it had to have been at least 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, about half of her.
Right, half her kills came in the fifth set, and that kid just keeps grinding. That kid is a blue collar, and she grinds. And our team's taking on that mentality, and we've been learning to kill the ball as the season's gone on, and it showed up. The hard work is showing up. It's paying off. And I'm so happy for him.
You talk about Marnie Streeter, set her 73 times. She finishes off 24 for kills. What about her efforts tonight?
She had a rough third set. It doesn't faze her anymore. She now takes the situations. She's learned to go through the mistakes and to grind through. It's awesome. You know, I'll be honest, and maybe this is going to get me in trouble. If that's a second team outside hitter, I want 6 of them. That kid will grind with the – I mean, she's got – that comes from her family background, blue collar again. We try to recruit kids from those backgrounds because they'll just grind. They'll just keep grinding. So proud of the growth she's made. She knows she's got to get better. She knows she's going to keep getting better and keep working hard. So happy for her right now. She carried us. She carried us again.
This was an Anderson team that it felt like wailed away at you in previous meetings, especially at the one here in Holt Fieldhouse. But no Trojan hits better than 217 for the day, save for the setter, Emily Conlon, which credit her for 5 kills on 9 attempts. But between Rachel Burtz and Serena Jackson, their middles, you bottled them up. How did you do that?
We've talked a lot about blocking. We've talked about handwork a ton. We had good handwork. There's a reason that team won 22 straight matches. They are one of the best offensive teams in the country, bar none. They have hitters, and they hit shots, and they get swings when they're out of system. And our kids, I loved what we were doing. Even when they were beating up on us, I'm like, we're not necessarily playing that poor. They're beating you. You're not necessarily handing it to them. We did in the third set, but you're not necessarily handing it to them. They're beating you. Just keep playing. I'm proud of you, and they did. And I think that's it. I'm a baseball guy, so I believe in law of averages. You're going to play to the back of your baseball card at some point. And so they were really out, and I thought they're going to make some errors at some point. Not going to make a ton. They actually made a ton. So, I mean, it takes luck to win a match like that when you're down 2-1 big in the fourth. So I think it's just heart, details, disciplined details for us. Paid off in the long run. We win over time. That's what we said.
Carson-Newman plays for the SAC title for the first time since 2009. You think of where this team was a year ago, at home, not doing anything. What's the journey been like to go from there to you're still going to be playing tomorrow with a trophy on the line?
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable to watch a group of young women not go through 3 and 27 and sit down and have honest conversations with each other in the spring about what do we want to build, what do we want to be, how do we want to get this thing turned back right around. This isn't going to be our memory. I'd give those 2 seniors credit. Give them credit. They brought in a young group, and they just keep leading them, and, hey, keep coming and just keep working with them. It's all about them. We guide the ship, but if they don't put in the work and make the choices and the sacrifices, it doesn't work. And so it's been fun to watch. As a coach, you're just glad that you kind of have the knowledge and you keep improving yourself to give them the knowledge to see if they'll use it. And they're doing the work, and they're finding a way, and they're getting rewarded for it, and it's fun to watch.
Dave, thanks for the time. Congrats. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you, Scaff. See you tomorrow. Come on, Marn, get up.